keeps control for Thompson. Pass receiving's wide open underneath on the basket. Great pass.
Backs down, now kicks out, up top to the left side, Caden Dahl. Dahl hesitates, then takes the three and knocks it home good. Dahl to get the turn. Carr trying to keep those legs underneath, then Cassette gets him down, and there's the pin.
Rebounded by Kendra Severson. Severson, here comes Bevins back the other way. Bevins, little contact, roll it in, good for Elena Bevins, and we're tied.
Through and Zeller with an excuse me bump, and here goes Semp for takeoff.
Halsted Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good Tuesday evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into beautiful / cold, freezing cold Kindred, North Dakota on a Tuesday mid-February evening, February 18th to be exact. It is 5:48 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we are about 10 minutes and 20 seconds away from starting lineups and anthem here on a doubleheader Tuesday, once again in Kindred, where the visitors on the scoreboard, the Wahpeton Huskies, travel up I-29 to Kindred to take on the home team, the Kindred Vikings. Want to thank everybody for tuning in to your live event. Once again, we've got a doubleheader, girls followed by boys. Josh Almaris alongside Nicholas Eggy, the Eggmeister, Mr. Eggman. Nick, happy Tuesday.
Same to you, Josh, and all of you listeners. It's a good long weekend. Got Friday in, Monday off of school, and come back to a nice old doubleheader between Wahpeton and Kindred. Should be a fun night here in the gym. Getting to crunch time and positive, even though it's freezing cold out. Sun was still out when I drove to the school.
Absolutely, the sun was out, even though it was -4 degrees. Feels like -20 with the winds at 8 miles an hour out of the west-northwest.
You
yes.
have another profession lined up if you're teaching and coaching, and your live event career just doesn't pan out.
A lot of things would have to go wrong for the meteorology job market and for me, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, there is. And by the way, my meteorology experience involves just looking at my phone and seeing what the weather service says. In any case, yeah, it was a Valentine's weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, no school in Kindred. And it was a nice vacation, that's for sure, Nick. Nick, we got a fun night ahead of us. The Wahpeton Huskies come into Kindred, and they both their girls and boys are looking to take on the home team, Kindred Vikings. Girls will be first. Nick, let's take a break, huh? Let's take a 2-minute break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at each of the teams, Wahpeton and Kindred. We'll look at the girls' side of things, and then eventually we'll get to the starters. And like you said earlier, the Region 1 tournament is very much in the near windshield. Less than a week from today, we'll be playing Region 1 basketball. Come back, we'll be segment number 2 of our pregame show in about 2 minutes.
Stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
This is Jamie from Park Company Realtors, and I'd like to take a moment to show you around a new development in Kindred, Norman Acres. With a country-like feel, Norman Acres gives you the opportunity to have your own fully outfitted shop or outbuilding just steps away. Residential lot sizes vary between 1/2 and 3/4 of an acre in size, and all lots for residences and shops have no special assessments. Give yourself the space to grow, pick your spot, and plant your roots in Norman Acres of Kindred.
Tune in to all the action of the Division A Region 1 Boys and Girls Basketball Tournament with our audio-only coverage on yourliveevent.com.
Bacco to the baseline. Bacco, get up, and here's the hammer.
The girls tournament tips on February 24th, with the boys tournament set to begin on March 10th from the Shack.
Pull, kick, Rust, left baseline triple, 3, tickles a twine.
Tune into our audio-only coverage of the Division A Region 1 basketball tournament on your live event.
Hey fans, welcome back into Kindred. Josh Omeris alongside Nick Eggman for pregame show segment number 2. As usual, let's take a look at each of the teams and the records that they have coming into tonight. We'll start with the visitors on the scoreboard, the Wahpeton Huskies. The Huskies come into Kindred with a record of 9-11. They have victories against Stanley, Four Winds Minnewacan, Lisbon, Beulah, Standing Rock, Lisbon again, Central Cass, Northern Cass, and Oak Grove. They have losses against South Prairie Max, Kindred. Kindred defeated them by 14 back on December 10th. In Wahpeton, they lost to Millbank, Thompson, Valley City, Central Cass, Northern Cass, Oak Grove, Breckenridge, Valley City, and most recently at Devil's Lake on Valentine's Day, just Friday, 67-47. They come in ranked as right now the 4/5 seed. If they win tonight, they will lock in the 4 seed in Region 1. If they lose, they will fall to 5. Their opponent remains the same in the Region 1 tournament. They will play Oak Grove, and really it's just a game of what jersey color each team is going to wear in regards to that night, Monday night game. One thing I'll just make a note of for Wahpeton's record, don't be deceived by the 9-11. They have in their last 8 games gone 6-2, and in their first games they went through a gauntlet of teams. They played South Prairie Max, the number 1 team, lost to them. They played Kindred, number 4, Thompson, number 5, a Four Winds team that was receiving votes, a Valley City team, and a ranked Central Cass team at the time. So those losses are a little bit deceiving early on. What I would look at for Wahpeton right now is they are 6-2 in their last 8 and came off of a loss at Devil's Lake on Friday where they hung in there. Just things kind of fell a little bit apart for them late in that game. Nick, what are you looking forward to seeing out of the Wahpeton Huskies here tonight?
Well, I like the way you just ended that, Josh. This team is very scary. Okay, you have a girl by the name of Scout Woods that averages 19 points a game. She's back-to-back first place shot putter in the state, second in disc. She can take over a game at any aspect against whoever. Okay, she is a great presence down low, and she can kick it out to her teammates, especially one of her teammates, Hallie Miller, who's averaging 10 points a game. And if you don't bring your A game against this team, look out because they're ready to knock you off.
Yeah, she's a competitive girl. I've had the pleasure of watching her in track, and it's a lot of fun seeing Scout Woods. You'll see Claire Woods come off the bench. And then Piper Nelson is another young lady we're looking forward to seeing. She averages 9 points a game. She's just a 7th grader, continuing to learn and improve. Anytime you get a ball handler that's a 7th grader, you know, you should see improvements as the year goes on, right, Nick?
Yep, exactly. I mean, it's nice that you can have that young talent out on the court, and by the time she's a sophomore, junior, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, she's going to have her craft honed, and it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, this is a team that's picking up steam. I like how you put it, Nick. A scary team, no doubt about it. Vikings are also a pretty darn scary team right now. They come in with a record of 16-4. Talk about what you've done recently. The Vikings are on a 14-1 run right now, Nick. We've said it early on in the season. They were a little bit unhealthy. They had losses early on to Central Cass, Shiloh Christian, and Thompson. Thompson beat them back on January 3rd. And after that loss, which was only a 4-point loss, the Vikings put together a phenomenal run. The only loss they've had since January 3rd came at Devil's Lake on the 30th of January at Valley City, and it was a 1-point loss. A phenomenal game, Nick. The Kindred Vikings are looking outstanding. Do you agree?
I agree. I mean, it's a great way to put it. That Valley City loss, too, was a heartbreaker. But in the grand scheme of things, that's the type of games you need. And I guarantee you Kindred now has that target on their schedule, hoping to face Valley City late in this regional tournament to try and punch their ticket to state. And if you're any team in the state, you don't want to see Kindred on your schedule.
I think one thing that I'm interested to continue to see with the Vikings is the big three, Liza Trenbeth, Sierra Nipstead, and Kennedy Bacco. Coach Brian Watson and the Huskies, I want to see how they're going to handle those three. If they can handle those three, the Huskies got a great chance. How they're going to do that, what they're going to do, I think that drives a lot of what's going to happen here this evening.
Yep, I agree. But you have those role players like Lila Kittleson, Zoe Sharp, Leah Rowland, that they're going to step up in big ways. And even if one of those big three or two of those big three aren't going to have a great night, those 3 or 4 girls with Taylor coming off the bench as well that are going to step in and give promising minutes.
Let's take a 30-second break, and we'll do our final segment of the pregame show when we come back. We'll look at the starters for each team. Give us 30.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Hey fans, we're on our final segment of the pregame show. We'll take a look at the starters first for the Wahpeton Huskies. Wearing number 2, a senior guard, it's Hallie Miller. She averages 10 points a game. Number 3, the 7th grade guard. Once again, number 3, let's watch her. She averages 9 points a game. It's Piper Nelson. Wearing number 4 and another senior is Olivia Hansen. Sienna Fobb is a sophomore forward, stands 6 feet 1 inches. She wears number 32. And a girl that Nick talked about already on the pregame show, Scout Woods, senior forward, wears number 40, averages 19 points and 7 rebounds a game. She's a Division I future athlete. She'll play track and field at NDSU as a thrower. The Huskies are coached by Brian Watson. He's in his 15th year as the head coach. He hails from Peoria, Illinois, works at the Circle of Nations School. His assistants are Lakin Marinowski, Rod Brewer, and Patrick Goulon. The Vikings, they will counter with the same as always, Liza Trenbeth. She wears number 1. She's a junior, averages 17 a game. Number 3, Sierra Nipstead, freshman, averages 24. Kennedy Bacco wears number 5. Leah Rowland wears number 11. And Zoe Sharp, number 24. Vikings are head coached by Sam Brandt. We'll step away for the anthem.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the three-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Hey fans, welcome back into Kindred. A very nice anthem done by Becca Fiesel. She was recently selected from her live audition to the All-State Mixed Choir. Becca Fiesel, great job. And worth noting, Lila Kittleson was selected for that same honor. She's also going to be playing basketball tonight, Nicholas.
Yes, she is.
We love those multi-talented young ladies and young gentlemen, especially throughout the smaller schools like Kindred. Just in case you haven't seen it yet, the polls read as follows. South Prairie Max continues to be the number 1 team in Class A girls basketball, followed by Valley City, Devils Lake, and Kindred comes in number 4, tied with Thompson. Carrington and Turtle Mountain are also receiving votes. Here come the Huskies. First out onto the floor is number 2, Hallie Miller. She's a senior guard, stands 5 feet 10 inches. Once again, wears 2 and averages 10 points a game. Next out is number 3, the 7th grader, Piper Nelson. She's a guard, averages 9 points a game. She's thrown in 21 three-pointers already this year. Next up is number 4, Olivia Hansen, a senior guard, stands 5 feet 6 inches tall. Number 32, Sienna Fobb, making her way out onto the court, doing a little windmill after some side fives. She's a sophomore forward, stands 6 feet 1 inches. And finally, the one we're looking forward to watching a lot, Last time on the Kindred floor, it's number 40, Scout Woods, senior forward, averages 19 points and 7 rebounds. Reboards, you like what I did there, Nick?
Yeah, I didn't catch it.
Rebounding Scout Woods. Once again, Huskies are coached by Brian Watson, Lakin Marinowski, Rod Brewer, and Patrick Goulon. Here come the Kindred Vikings. First out onto the floor is the junior Liza Trenbeth. Stands 5 feet 11 inches, but in her heels she's 6 feet. She wants to be 6 feet, so I'd throw that out there.
I think I remember that conversation last year.
17 points a game for Liza. Next out onto the floor is the freshman phenom, number 3, Sierra Nipstead. She averages 24 points a game, and she's made 46 three-pointers already this year. The senior, the last time on the Kindred floor, wears number 5, averages 9 points a game. It's Kennedy Bacco. Another one of her classmates is number 11, Leah Rowland. Once again on the floor in Kindred for the final time. And the final senior, she wears number 24, averages 4 rebounds a game. It's Zoe Sharp. That'll be the Kindred Vikings, their head coach. Once again, Sam Brandt in her 8th year, 14th with the program. Hails from Andover, Minnesota. A Minot State dual athlete, softball and basketball player. Tennille Bacco, Ashley Fawnhorse, and Danny Sanders are her assistants. It's the number 2 team in the region versus the number 4 or 5 team in the region. Depending on if Wahpeton can win, they'll be 4. Lose, they'll be 5. Either way, they'll play Oak Grove on Monday. The Vikings, by the way, on Monday will play Lisbon at 6 p.m. More on that to come. We're playing basketball. The tip goes into the hands of Hallie Miller and the Huskies, and now it moves over to Olivia Hansen, into the corner and back to Olivia Hansen. Huskies wearing purple, Vikings wearing white. Hansen dishes over to Piper Nelson. Number 3, behind the back, she's just a 7th grader. They go to the corner and then back to the 7th grader. Inside to Scout Woods. Back outside, 8 on the shot clock. 5 on the shot clock, 3-point attempt, no good. Rebound, Liza Trenbeth and the Vikings. Good long possession by the Huskies, but nothing to show for it as the Vikings have their first possession with the ball. Here's Liza Trenbeth, thinks about it, but Hansen's right on her. Shot no good, rebound Scout Woods. She's made a few of those throughout her career as a Husky. Averages 7 rebounds a game. Huskies have it on their second attempt. Here's a Hansen who gets bumped around, but no call, and the ball eventually goes to the corner. It's Piper Nelson, a little too strong. Woods with the rebound and the bucket.
And 1. You got to limit the offensive second chances here, and Scout Woods has already got 2 rebounds to her name, 1 on the defensive side, 1 on the offensive side, and she's going to get a chance at the hard-earned 3-point play.
Scout Woods again averages 19 points a game. She's a senior. She completes the old-fashioned 3-point play. It's 3-0 Wahpeton. Once again, these two teams did play a long time ago, all the way back on December 10th, and the Vikings won 76-62. Both teams have improved a lot. Just look at their record, and that'll be an indication of how they've done. Vikings are 14-1 in their last 15. Huskies are 6-2 in their last 8. Trenbeth can't get that to go. 3-0, Huskies lead and have the ball. It's Hallie Miller who gives to Piper Nelson, and she swishes home a 3-pointer.
7th grader.
7th grader that Coach Brian Watson talked about very highly. I think she's a big part of why the Huskies have improved so much throughout the season. Scout Woods almost with the pick 6, but she couldn't hang on.
Yeah, it looks like Wahpeton's playing a little bit zone. Here, Vikings, they don't want to let the Vikings get that ball inside. They're going to be okay with the Vikings taking a couple shots on the outside and the perimeter, making them earn their baskets outside.
Here's Leah Rowland for 3, no good. We'll call it a pass to Trenbeth, and Trenbeth gets the left-handed lay-in.
That's one thing when you're running that zone. You got to find a body to be able to box out, especially on those missed outside shots, or else you're going to get a free, easy rebound.
Scout Woods takes it into the paint. She's fouled, doesn't get the bucket to fall, but she's going to go to the charity stripe for 2. foul is going to be called on the Vikings' Zoe Sharp. Her first, team second.
It's hard to guard there. She's so strong and so athletic with the ball in her hands that when she goes up, you can't go in and bump her. She's going to finish through you, and she is encouraging that contact.
Yeah, encouraging, welcoming it, wanting it.
Yeah.
Any and all of the above. She's strong. She's athletic. It's fun seeing, and I know you can appreciate this, Nick, certainly as a lineman and a first baseman, when you see those strong, powerful athletes that also have phenomenal feet and agility. I think Scout Woods is absolutely no exception to that joy of watching. Like, I think, well, I'll talk some throwers, you know, like they just had a special on Ethan Thomas from up in Grand Forks, having a phenomenal year at UND. Ethan Thomas, Riley Sunram, Scout Woods, watching like a Jack Packer. Those guys throw their feet. They're so fun to watch because they're so big and strong. Yep, you don't expect to see that all the time.
So big and strong, but it's kind of like, what's that meme, like a lineman body, but with dancer feet, being able to move around and just go throw and be so athletic that it's very easy for you to move, and then you have all that power on top of it.
So you go back to Scout Woods, she welcomes that contact, but she's got the touch to get so many of the old-fashioned three-point plays. Vikings with the ball trailing 7-2. It's Trenbeth. She's going to take one from just inside the three-point line. No good. Leah Rowland with the rebound. She can't get it to fall. Zoe Sharp is going to pick up that rebound.
This is like the fourth or fifth offensive rebound here for the Vikings. And there we go. Wahpeton finally gets the ball back.
Here's Scout Woods. She tosses up. Oh, nice pass. My goodness. That Olivia Hansen looked like she was going to go out of bounds with that pass. And so Scout Woods leads her maybe a little bit too far, and Olivia Hansen with a phenomenal assist there over to Piper Nelson. And it's 9-2, Huskies lead. We'll be back in a minute.
At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
I want to thank Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency for sponsoring the timeouts. There's a 30-second timeout. Reminder, from banking to insurance, to let Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency handle your requests. Go online to kindredstatebank.com. Thanks to Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency for sponsoring the timeouts here in Kindred. Kindred takes the timeout. They're in a hole 9-2. Good way to get out of that is Sierra Nipstead, but she misses, and Scout Woods picks up the rebound. We talked about it on air. We are certainly not surprised at the athleticism that Wahpeton is showing here. They are a dangerous team.
Ooh, good ball fake.
Phenomenal fake there by Hallie Miller, but she just came up a little short on the three-point attempt. Here's the Wahpeton Huskies with it right back.
Another and one for the Huskies.
Sienna Fobb is the one who draws the contact and puts it in that time. She has her first 2 points, and the foul is going to go against Leah Rowland. Rowland has one, Trenbeth has one, and Sharp has one. Team's third. 4 points for Scout Woods. Sienna Fobb going to be stuck with 2, and Piper Nelson has 5. That ball goes out of bounds. That's 11-2.
And if you're Kindred here, I mean, your shots aren't falling right now, but you're only down 9 here. It's still the first quarter. Don't start pressing and making things more difficult for yourselves. Keep your same offense, keep your same attack. Shots will start to fall sooner rather than later.
Yeah, no doubt about that, Nick. You don't want to start pressing. Sierra Nipstead with a rare air ball. Here's Leah Rowland goes into the paint. Little size disadvantage for her, but she kicks out to Zoe Sharp, and Zoe Sharp hits a basket. She has 2. Liza Trenbeth has 2. Liza Trenbeth said, "What are you talking about? I've got 4 now," as she gets a left-handed lay-in.
Yeah, that's another thing Kindred can do really quick. They get down. If you can't break this press, just like Wahpeton just did there, it's another easy 2. They can get back into this game pretty quick.
Olivia Hansen gets the bucket there. She has her first 2 points. 13-6. Here's a turnover by the Vikings, and it's Woods who's going to pull up with her gold shoes. and kick it back to Nelson, who eventually works it into the corner for Hansen. Ball's knocked away, but Mauk, which I never entered into the game, Cambry Mauk into the game. What a nice, beautiful take there. Scout Woods is up to 6 right now, and a nice take there for her. So Cambry Mauk wears number 10. She checked in. Liza Trenbeth gets a nice jumper there. She has 6. She almost gets the steal. Ball goes out of bounds. Lila Kittleson checked in for the Vikings. Now Kennedy Bacco. Looks like Claire Woods, the sister of Scout, is in. I didn't see the other. Oh, here we go. Looks like
35.
Jalea Lopez-Lee, the senior. She's into the game now as well. And so is Claire Langenwalter.
A little bit of a haul there for Wahpeton here. If you're Kindred, you got to take advantage of Scout Woods not being on the court right now.
She's going to get a well-needed rest. They go inside to her sister, and it's Claire Wood with some nice feet there.
So much for Scout Woods. Might as well just go to Claire Woods.
Claire Woods, in case you're wondering, is a freshman. She's 5'11". She averages about 7 points a game. She didn't go with the gold shoes. She went with a green and a pink. Inside, Leah goes to Liza. No good.
Seems like Liza rushed that one just a little bit, tried to get it up before a shot blocker could get over there, and a little too hard off the back iron.
Langenwalter does a good job and high points that ball before it's stolen from her by the Vikings. Tipped away by Nipstead, but Mauk is able to take it in. Good ball movement by the Huskies. They see a lane down. Nice assist there, but unfortunate miss there by Jalea Lopez-Lee. There's a great pass. I think it was Hallie Miller who drove the baseline and then saw Jalea Lopez-Lee, and Lee missed an easier shot there. 9-point lead for the Huskies, 17-8. 64 seconds left in the first. Claire. Jump ball. Nice job by Leah Rowland.
Yep. Good defense. Way to get hands on the ball. Get that ball right back for you as an offense.
Don't want to bring that ball down. Keep it up. Leah Rowland takes advantage of it. Draws the jump ball. Vikings have it. 55 left here in the first. Vikings trail 17-8. Nipstead. Over to Rowland. Her second chance at a three. No good. Trenbeth going to buy her team another chance. 40 seconds and 30 seconds. Game clock, shot clock. 10-second differential. Trenbeth. Rowland. Kittleson. Tobacco. Now to Nipstead. To Rowland. Good ball movement here.
Great better defense by Wahpeton in that possession, Josh.
Absolutely. Shot clock's off. Are the Huskies going to take? Yes, they are. And now the Vikings have it. Shot clock is still off. Rowland going to kick out. Kittleson thinks about it. 9 to go in the quarter. Sierra Nipstead too strong. Ball's knocked away. It's the Huskies. 3 seconds left. 2 seconds left. Here's one. And that's going to be the way that the quarter ends. The Huskies lead the Vikings by a score of 17-8. Fun quarter, Nicholas. You agree?
Fun quarter.
Well, let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll be ready for the second quarter. See you in a minute.
What's going on today?
I've got a planter in the shop, and I had the guys from Agassi Precision Ag come over and do an inspection.
You upgrading systems or working on maintenance?
Both, actually. We walked some fields last summer and found areas where we can improve. So we are installing Delta Force and some new opening discs.
I bet we're in the same boat. I should give them a call.
Yep, they'll come out and look over the planter with you and put a plan together. They are the guys I go to for answers.
Agassi Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Call 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Hey fans, welcome back to Kindred. Starting the second quarter will be for the Huskies, Hallie Miller, Cambry Mauk, Claire Langenwalter, Jalea Lopez-Lee, and Claire Woods, and then the same 5 starters for the Vikings, Baco, Nipstead, Trenbeth, Sharp, and Rowland. Huskies have the ball. They'll keep it. Ball's knocked out on the Vikings. Up 17-8 with 18 on the shot clock. Well, Coach Brian Watson's got to be very excited about how his girls have come out and the way they continue to improve. Coach Watson, by the way, played some basketball at UND, Nicholas.
Okay.
That shot a little strong. It's all the reaction you had there, huh? Nothing.
I mean, that's
okay.
I don't really follow UND basketball that often.
Well, they've had some pretty big games this year, Nick. They brought Alabama into their
That
house.
that is true. I did see that one.
And
Trace and Eaglestaff had a heck of a night that night.
Yeah, see, you know your UND. Did they not just beat SDSU, or did they play SDSU tough recently?
I think they beat them and then played them tough and lost.
Sierra Nipstead for 3. And it's 17-11 as the Vikings go on their press to try and pick up some more points. This is how they go about their business. They score, and then they make you work. Let's see, we got Nelson, Hansen, Sienna Fobb, and Scout Woods checking in for the Huskies.
Yeah, that's great depth by for Wahpeton there. They can sub in 4 at a time. Give your girls a couple of minutes of a breather, bring them back in, and then expect, hey, you guys are in for a short period of time. You got to go full blow, and then we'll get you your rest.
And they already have 5-point scorers, and I think they played 9.
They have played 9. Yep, that's going to be Baco's second early here in the second quarter.
No, that's her first. Yeah, it's Trenbeth has 1, Baco has 1, Rowland has 1, and Sharp has 1. And for the Huskies, I don't think they have a foul.
I don't think they do either, Josh. Kindred hasn't been on the free throw line tonight.
Hallie Miller puts that one in. It's her first point. She averages 10 a game. She's a 60% free throw shooter, but in those 2, she went 100%. 19-11 as Hallie Miller makes both. Scout Woods almost stole that ball. Here's Trenbeth. She gives to Sharp and then to Rowland. Good ball movement, but good defense, as you said earlier, Nick. Trenbeth takes, runs into Scout Woods, and going to be called for travel.
Yeah, I mean, if you're any other team in the state right now, you're looking at this zone Wahpeton's running, and you're thinking, hey, every time we go play Kindred, this is what we need to do. Kindred looks out of sorts right now.
Whoa, some contact there that Trenbeth, smiling, took the brunt of. Hey, speaking of traveling in UND, worth a shout out to Paul Quislin down in Arizona right now.
Yes, he is.
Public address announcer is Michael Bernier tonight. Hope Paul and Melissa are having a good time in Arizona.
Gotten a few picks. Was he at what spring training camp was he at today?
Dodgers. She was watching the Dodgers up close and personal. Shohei Ohtani bullpen from like 10 feet away.
That'd be sweet.
Bet you there's some sound made when that ball hits the glove. Here's a 2-pointer, no good, but Scout Woods is down there. Wow, she's just powering her way through everything there. She has 8. She is well rested off the bench there, Scout Woods is.
Great defense now, too.
Good feet. Coach Watson is loving what he's seeing out of his girls right now as they lead by 10. Rowland goes inside to Sharp. Good defense there by Fobb. Good ball movement. Can Kennedy hit? No. Rebound goes to the Huskies. It's Fobb. Rowland had a chance at it. She takes it away again and then just threw it.
Kindred seems like they're rushing a little bit. Even on their shot attempts, they're getting the ball and immediately throwing it up. They're not necessarily setting up for their shot, getting good footwork, getting good release on it, and they're just trying to get it up as soon as possible. This 1-3-1 zone by Wahpeton is really giving them fits.
Here could be a turnover by the Huskies, and it's going to be, as the Vikings are going to have the ball. Well, this is just, again, another testament to, we've said on paper the Vikings and Valley City are probably the 2 favorites in the region.
I mean, but every time we brought that up, this is a team we have brought up all with them.
100%. Wahpeton, we've said Northern Cass, Central Cass, and I mean, we know Lisbon and Oak Grove. I mean, it's going to be a fun tournament as Zoe Sharp gets her second basket of the night. But certainly Wahpeton is a team on the, they've continued to improve a lot. Scout Woods, how does that even go in?
It's a tough shot. I mean, that body control, being able to be hanging in the air like that and getting that finger roll off the glass is a great touch.
10 for Scout. Here's Kennedy Bacco for three. Bacco connects.
See that one there, Josh? You see how Kennedy was relaxed, got set, and then that was effortless going into the hoop there.
Good take on that, Nick. 3 points, her first three for Bacco. And here's Scout Woods. Here's a three from three. Piper Nelson, no good. The seventh grader can't connect, and it's Sierra Nipstead with the rebound. Up to Trenbeth. Here's a stop, pop, and no good. Rebound, Hallie Miller and the Huskies. 7-point Husky lead. 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Huskies have the ball. It's Piper Nelson. Again, she's a seventh grader, guarded by a ninth grader, Sierra Nipstead. Oh, she almost threw it away there. And Scout Woods does throw it away. It's tipped. 12 on the shot clock. Huskies go inside and then out, and then try to connect on the baseline. Knocked out of bounds. Oh, Vikings ball they called.
No, did they?
Taylor Sanders and Lila Kittleson in. Claire Woods in. And I think Skyly Polskamp just came in for, Skyly Polskamp, I believe, is on the floor. She's the 10th player now for the Huskies. 3-point bucket by Liza Trenbeth. She has 9 now, Liza does, and it's a 4-point game. So what was a 10-point lead is now 4. And it's going to be less than that if Sierra Nipstead has anything to do with it. She does. And Sierra Nipstead is up to 5. The Vikings are within 2, 23-21. It's another Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency timeout. For more information, go online to kindredstatebank.com. It's a full timeout. We'll be back in a minute.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ. 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers, they are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey fans, welcome back into Kindred. Thanks again to Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agencies for sponsoring the timeouts. Thanks to Andy Westby and the folks at Goldmark Commercial, from commercial land to farmland and from office to industrial. Oh, Sierra Nipstead can't get that to fall. That's a rare miss that would have tied the game. It was perfect timing for the in-game update. I was ready to call it as a tie, Nick, but it doesn't go that way. And the Huskies looking to add to their 2-point lead. But nonetheless, our thanks goes to Goldmark Commercial and Andy Westby. Every time I start saying that, something happens. It's going to be an over and back.
Over and back. It looked like Sierra Nipstead might have tipped that one.
Hallie Miller and Scout Woods back into the game for the Huskies. Don't be deceived, folks. The Vikings are locked in at 2, and the Huskies are playing for 4 or 5. Taylor Sanders comes in off the bench and misses. But do you think this game means something?
I think it does.
Even though it doesn't mean anything standings-wise, this is what makes high school athletics so fun, is both teams incredibly competitive, and none of the girls on this court wants to lose. Here's Sierra Nipstead for 3. She swishes that one home, and the Vikings have the lead.
And Josh, I know you're a big component of this. It's even though regional tournaments are coming up, seeds are set. There's no time for rest.
No.
I think you keep your team and you go hard the whole time leading up to that regional tournament. You got that rest versus rust effect, right? You either play and you get rusty, or you play hard and you stay the normal.
Checking in is Cambry Mauk. Yeah, I mean, these girls won't play until Monday. It's Tuesday, right? I mean, you take away these live reps and these very good reps, then you're, I think it's what are you gaining? Your rest versus rust. Exactly right. And aside from that, let the girls play, right? You got horses? What do you got to do with your horses, Nick?
You're going to let them run.
Just like Sierra Nipstead runs into another three-pointer. It's her 49th three-pointer of the year. Sierra Nipstead averages 24 a game, and she's given her team a 4-point lead. Vikings up by 4, 27-23. Here's Claire Woods. She stops, pops, and makes. Claire Woods has 4 from the freshman. Speaking of freshmen, here's Sierra Nipstead, the freshman, who gives to junior Liza Trent.
That's going to be a fun battle these next 3 years, Josh. Claire Woods and Sierra Nipstead.
And throw 7th grader Piper Nelson into that mix. Here's a stop and a miss jump shot from Trenbeth. Claire Woods quickly up the court.
On the ground.
Foul called. Going to be against Baco, and it's her second. Leah Rowland checks in for the Vikings. Huskies have the ball, trailing by 2. It's been a very entertaining first half of basketball. Got to get it in, the Huskies do, and it's Sierra Nipstead who read that like a book, and now she's galloping down the court, gives to Baco, and Baco, 2 missed layups from the Vikings, one by Sierra and that one from Baco, but Sierra picks her up, and Sierra has gotten hot. She has 13, Nipstead does. And here's where the Vikings make their hay. Baco in and out, rebound
again.
Nipstead.
Nipsted's got her again,
Rebound in the putback. Nipstead has 15. Shot clock is off. The Huskies need to stop the bleeding right now. It's 31-25. They trail. Here's Claire Woods. 10 seconds to go in the half. In they go to Scout Woods. Scout Woods loses the handle. Claire Woods for 3. No good, but Scout is there. A little bit of contact and nothing, and that's how it'll end.
Yeah, Liza Trenbeth wasn't scared of that contact going into the half.
What a second quarter for the Vikings. They trailed 17-8, and now they lead 31-25. We got a lot to break down, and we'll do it after about a 2-minute break. Stick with us and come back for the First Class Mortgage halftime show in 2 minutes.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca Pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Let the geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
Hey fans, welcome into Kindred. They're introducing some of the Kindred Hoops basketball players. Kindred Hoops is a non-profit youth basketball association in Kindred. Their mission is to provide basketball opportunities for youth in the Kindred School District to improve their skills and increase their passion for the game. Had the kindergartners out. Now the first graders are coming out. If you're looking to learn more about Kindred Hoops, go to kindredhoops.org. This year they had 190 members, grades K through 8, that were a part of the Kindred Hoops program. Just recognizing the girls at halftime here, the girls game.
Yeah, this is great, Josh. Getting these young girls out, giving them a aspect to go play, and letting them be recognized here at the varsity level where they're hopefully going to get to play at some point in their career.
No doubt about it. Nick, what are your thoughts? We talked off air a little bit. Exciting first half. Wahpeton came in, they flexed their muscle, and then Kindred bounced back. And let me just tell you this: Wahpeton won the first quarter 17-8.
Yep.
Then the Vikings outscored Wahpeton 23-8 in the second quarter. So you talk about basketball being a game of runs.
Exactly.
There you saw it. Well, what were your overall thoughts?
I mean, early on it looked a little sloppy. Both teams on the defensive side of rebounding game weren't doing that great. They were getting way too many first or second chance, third chance, fourth chance opportunities for these each team. And then Kindred their shots weren't falling right away. They settled down. They went back to their bread and butter of the press, getting some turnovers and scoring. And now if you're Wahpeton in that locker room right now, sure, you're down 6 when you thought you should probably be up by 5 or maybe more going into half. What you have to do is go in. We got to play like we did in that first quarter. We were relaxed. We played aggressive, and we brought the game to Kindred. We cannot allow Kindred to bring the game to us. We can't play catch. We got to go be the aggressors.
You can throw records out the door, but I'm not going to. I'm going to tell you what they are. The Kindred Vikings are 16-4 coming into tonight, and the Huskies are 9-11. The Vikings are on a 14-1 run in their last 15, and the Huskies are on a 6-2 run in their last 8. If you're looking for a reason to be excited for the Region 1 tournament, I think you can see it right here. As a 16-4 team with a 14-1 run is very much being put to the test by a Wahpeton Husky team who is getting hot at the exact right time. Valley City will go into the Region 1 tournament as the number 1 team. Kindred will be number 2. Central Cass will be number 3. Wahpeton 4. Oak Grove 5. Northern Cass 6. And Lisbon 7. If Wahpeton does lose this game, then they'll drop to the 5 and Oak Grove will go above them. Once again, the Kindred Vikings will play Monday against Lisbon at 6 o'clock. And on Monday, Wahpeton will play Oak Grove. I don't know the exact time on that game, Nick. I apologize. Do you know? I'm guessing it's the game before.
4-5 is usually the second.
Yeah, and Valley City will get a bye.
So that might be the first game of the day then, Josh.
So the first game probably Wahpeton, Oak Grove. We're going to say around 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock.
And then the Vikings will play Lisbon at 6. And then we think after that will be Central Cass and Northern Cass. The bracket has not officially come out. Central Cass and Northern Cass will play at 7:30, and the winner of that will play the Vikings. The winner of Oak Grove and Wahpeton will play Valley City on Tuesday. Nick, let's take a 1-minute break. First, let me give some love to First Class Mortgage, and then we'll come back and we'll look at the individual point scorers. Locally owned and operated, First Class Mortgage is more than just their company name. It's the way they do business. Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing your existing mortgage, their dedicated team takes the time to understand your financial situation. For more information, go online to firstclasscorp.com.
The Kindred Public School District looks to collaboratively cultivate an environment that allows learners to reach their full potential in a student-centered, community-supported environment while building authentic relationships that promotes active engagement in learning, literacy, and life. Kindred Public Schools' mission is to educate, prepare, and maximize student potential. Kindred Public School District, student-centered, community-supported. For more info about upcoming school events and news, go online to kindred.k12.us.
Hey fans, welcome back into Kindred. Josh Omeris alongside Nick Eggman on a doubleheader Tuesday. Girls at half, boys to follow this game. Individual scores first for the Wahpeton Huskies. Scout Woods leads the way. She has 10, averages 19 a game. She has 10 at the half. Piper Nelson, the 7th grader, she has 5, 4 for Claire Woods, and then 2 each for Sienna Fobb, Olivia Hansen, and Hallie Miller. Once again, Huskies have 25 points. Scored 17 in the first quarter and 8 in the second quarter. They trail 31-25. On the Vikings side of things, the Vikings have their leading scorer, freshman Sierra Nipstead. She has 15 points, averages 24 a game. She's at 15 at the half. 9 for Liza Trenbeth, 4 for Zoe Sharp, and 3 for Kennedy Bacco. Nick, I made an error on the rankings, the polls earlier. Not a major one, but go ahead, take us through how the 12th Division A Class A, Division A, girls basketball polls look right now.
Yeah, you're spot on with the top 3, and no surprise up at number 1. South Prairie Max is receiving all 18 first-place votes with a 19-0 record. Valley City sitting at that number 2 with a 19-2 record. Devils Lake sitting at 3, 17-3. And then Kindred stands alone this week after last week being tied with Thompson at 4. Kindred's the 4 overall in the 12th Division A girls basketball poll with a 16-4 record. And then rounding up the top 5 is Thompson with the 15-4 record. Then you have a very good 2 teams receiving votes in Carrington sitting at 15-5 and Turtle Mountain at 16-4.
Want to thank First Class Mortgage for sponsoring the halftime show. They provide first-class service, first-class knowledge, and a first-class experience at the lowest interest rates possible. For more information, go online to firstclasscorp.com. We're a minute away from the third quarter. We're going to take a 1-minute break, and when we come back, we'll have the second half of the first part of our doubleheader.
Make your stop before or after the game at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota. Stop out throughout the week for mouth-watering lunch specials weekdays and mark Friday nights down on the calendar for prime rib, ribeye steak, or some walleye at the Knickerbocker. For more information or to find out about daily specials, give the Knickerbocker a like on Facebook by searching the Knickerbocker. Great food and good people. You can find it all at the Knickerbocker in Hickson, North Dakota.
This is Jamie from Park Company Realtors, and I'd like to take a moment to show you around a new development in Kindred, Norman Acres. With a country-like feel, Norman Acres gives you the opportunity to have your own fully outfitted shop or outbuilding just steps away. Residential lot sizes vary between 1/2 and 3/4 of an acre in size, and all lots for residences and shops have no special assessments. Give yourself the space to grow. Pick your spot.
Hey fans, welcome back into Kindred. 3-point attempt by Liza Trenbeth's no good, and we're underway here. Scout Woods quickly up the court to Piper Nelson. Once again, Piper Nelson, where's number 3? She's just a 7th grader. Ball goes out of bounds. The officials say knocked out by the Vikings, and it's going to be Hallie Miller who inbounds. 6-point Viking lead, and Sierra Nipstead with the steal. 3-on-1, nice pass she gives to Bacco, and Bacco connects there. Just a great job there by Sierra Nipstead, understanding she has numbers. Looks off the defender and gives to Bacco for an easy lay-in. Olivia Hansen with the ball. She gives over to Nelson, and then they get it to Fobb. Eventually they work it all the way back around to Hallie Miller, who puts up a 3-pointer. No good. Rebound Trenbeth, and then knocked away, so it's Sierra Nipstead who picks up the rebound. Nipstead stops, pops, and misses. Trenbeth is there, and Trenbeth
I don't know if that was a pass or not, Josh.
Well, I didn't know what to call it. Did it get blocked? Did it slip, or what happened?
I think we just give credit where credit's due and give her an assist.
Sure, Kennedy Bacco picks that up on a nice pass, and then she makes it, and she can't work her way into the old-time three-point play. Scout Woods was called for the foul on that. I believe that's the first foul of the night against the Huskies.
I don't believe so, Josh. I think they got one in the second quarter.
Okay. I wonder who it is. Nobody on the floor right now other than Scout Woods has a foul. So more on that to come. Here's Leah Rowland inside to Trenbeth. Trenbeth puts up a jumper. Rebound is Hallie Miller. And the Huskies have it in Hansen's hands right now. Well, I was talking with Coach Brian Watson. Fun conversation as always. And he said, good bucket there by Hallie Miller. He talked about the fact that he thought there was a lot of progress with his team. They knew that they started the season in a gauntlet. And then they went up to Devils Lake, and they played Devils Lake tough for a while until things kind of got out of hand a little bit. And that was pretty disappointing. We'll see if they can kind of right the ship here, Nick, but kind of noticing a trend that's similar to that. Don't you agree?
Yeah, play a team tough for the first 14, 15 minutes of a game, and then maybe go dry. But here we go. They're going to cut this lead even more. Or maybe not. Leah Rowland.
Leah Rowland with a great block there. Not going to make it easy for Hallie Miller by any means. But, yeah, I mean, Brian Watson, one of the things he talked about is we need to see a complete game out of our girls. I mean, we've played some tough competition. If we want to hit our goals at the end of the year, then we're going to have to put together a complete game. Obviously, they can do it. They were leading by as much as 10 at one point. Eliza Trenbeth going to go to the line here. She's fouled. That's going to be picked up by Sienna Fobb. But definitely a good amount of talent here on the Huskies. Trenbeth makes the front end. She has an even 10 spot. 10 for the junior, who averages 17 a game. Misses that one. The rebound goes to Fobb and the Huskies. 36-28. Turnover on the Huskies, going to go to the Vikings.
This is what you couldn't do, the Huskies. They came out and they had got one good shot. They got a turnover and they just couldn't capitalize. Lee Rowland had a great defensive play. They had a great play coming out of the baseline, but couldn't convert. And now you're giving up another opportunity to the Vikings.
That was blocked by Scout Woods. Zoe Sharp was victim of that. There's the attempted bank shot by Liza Trenbeth, and that's no good. Nice ball movement there. Eventually it's Hallie Miller who gets it. Makes a tough left-handed lay-in. She has 7. 36-30. Good pass.
A great pass by Rowland.
Zoe Sharp works around nicely to get that rebound, and out comes flying Miller. Good decision by Leah Rowland not to take it, but Zoe Sharp couldn't connect in the paint. See if the Huskies can chip away at this 6-point deficit. Hansen to Fobb. And now to Nelson. Nelson going to kick it out. Three-pointer.
Got it.
Olivia Hansen for 3, and it's a 3-point game, 36-33. Vikings have the ball, 36-33 lead. It's Sierra Nipstead. They leave her wide open for a 3, and a rare miss by Nipstead, especially a wide open one. If my stats serve correct, which they might not because I think I'm missing one game, Nick, unfortunately. Nipstead has 49 three-pointers on the year, but that's very unofficial. I bet she's over 50. I think I'm missing one game. So really that was a very anticlimactic stack there, wasn't it?
That was a little pretty anticlimactic.
Yeah, my bad.
Way to take accountability, though.
That's what, you know, that's what I've been trying to do all the time, Nick. Take accountability for my actions, and I don't know where we're going to go on that one anymore. We could just put that one to bed, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Hallie Miller,
Ooh.
Nice finger roll. Can't get it to fall, and it's going to be a jump ball. Possession, Huskies. 36-33. 3:54 left in the third. doubleheader night in Kindred on a cold Tuesday. Nice. Sierra's done that a few times. She's read where they're going with the ball, and she will not make it easy on them. She knocks that one away. It's Taylor Sanders off the cabeza of Snake Eyes. Leah Rowland, and the ball's on the floor. Still on the floor. Now it's in the air, and Trenbeth gets it. She stops, pops, and makes.
Pop, bucket.
Trenbeth with 12. And a reach-in fall there against Liza.
Yep.
Liza
her
picks,
second.
Yep, her second fall. Checking in is Camry Mauk, sophomore guard, and Kennedy Bacco. Region 1 tournament next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Weird time change on Thursday, Nick. Might not even be a change, but 1 o'clock, third and fourth place game, and I think a 2:45 championship on Thursday.
Interesting.
Wild and crazy, huh?
Yeah. On a school day, too?
Think there's going to be many kids in school if teams teams are making it to the region championship or the third and fourth place game at 1 o'clock.
A lot of moms and dads calling in, excusing their son or daughter to go see those games.
Well, speaking of moms and dads, it can't be exciting for them. I mean, obviously, anytime
they got to take off work
on a Thursday, they're just going to take it off and go watch. But as we do in North Dakota so well, we're very supportive of all our youngsters, and I'm sure the crowds will still be great for next week, Thursday. Here's Claire Woods maneuvering her way in. She can't get it to fall, and it's 38-33, Vikings by 5.
So does that mean if no kids are in class, we get to take the day off too?
I don't think that's the way it's going to work. Bacco for 3.
Hey.
Kennedy Bacco, there's a nice touch from the senior. She has 10, and it's going to be a Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency timeout. From banking to insurance at Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. Handle your requests. Go online to kindredstatebank.com for more information.
In Norman Acres of Kindred.
Tune in to all the action of the Division A Region 1 Boys and Girls Basketball Tournament with our audio-only coverage on yourliveevent.com.
Bacco to the baseline. Bacco, get up, and here's the hammer.
The girls' tournament tips on February 24th, with the boys' tournament set to begin on March 10th from the Shack.
Pull, kick, Rust, left baseline, triple, 3, tickles a twine.
Tune into our audio-only coverage of the Division A Region 1 Basketball Tournament on Your Live Event.
Every Wednesday night at 7, watch the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation. Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region, as we'll hear from area coaches in North Dakota and Minnesota. Plus, we'll highlight area high school seniors and their achievements in the classroom and on the court with our Senior Spotlight. That's the YourLiveEvent.com Coaches Show, presented by the Hillsborough Economic Development Corporation, Wednesday nights at 7 on YourLiveEvent.com.
Perfect timing there by our head producer, Nicholas Eggman. Just out of the Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency timeout. Huskies trail by 8. Looking to chip away at this 8-point deficit. Trenbeth on a 2-on-1 with Sierra Nipstead. Nice pass.
Better finish.
Nipstead has 17, her first 2 of the half. And a good steal there by Trenbeth, followed by a fantastic pass and put away for Nipstead. Here's Scout Woods, double teamed.
Scout Woods got to get back in that paint. She's causing havoc in that first quarter and early in the second. I haven't seen her down there yet this second half.
She hasn't scored in the second half. She had 10 in the first half. Average is 19, and she hasn't been able to get a bucket here. Vikings by 10 with the ball. Nice pass by Nipstead inside. Bacco can't get the left-handed layup. Rebound, Hallie Miller. And the Huskies inside. They try to go. Knocked out of bounds. Going to stay with the Huskies. Here comes Piper Nelson into the game. So I know I said Leah Rowland into the game as well. I know I said that Scout Woods has a bright future ahead of her at NDSU and mentioned a little bit about those throwers, but Ethan Thomas was on a special last night on the news that was fun to listen to. He's having a great career at UND.
I mean, another Wahpeton girl that was a great thrower at NDSU. If you remember that name, Akili Moten.
Yep. She's West Fargo.
She was West Fargo. That's
Yep,
correct.
yep.
You're right.
But a good thrower.
She was a very good thrower.
Yeah,
yes.
she was also a good basketball player.
That's, yeah.
43-35. That foul was called against, and we'll give Scout Woods that point too. She has 13. That foul was called against. Did you see that, Nick? I think it was. Yeah, it was.
It was Baco again, her
Baco,
third?
her third, yes. Baco has 3. Leah Rowland has 2. Liza Trenbeth has 2. And Zoe Sharp has 1. Vikings up 7. And there's Baco with a nice lay-in. She has 12, Baco does. And we're at 60 seconds left here in the third quarter. Woods.
Here we go.
She takes and makes, works against Taylor Sanders. And Wood has heated up a little bit. We just said she hadn't scored, and now she has 5 quick ones. 45-38. 20-second differential from the elbow. No good. Woods has it. Woods has 3 girls on her. Dribbles through them all.
Doesn't
then around
matter.
Baco, and then in.
Does not matter, Josh. When you have those ball handles and body control, you're going straight to that hoop every single time.
She literally just dribbled through 3 Vikings, then around 2 for the bucket. It's a 5-point game. Vikings can hold for the final shot in the third quarter. They lead by 5. Nipstead guarded by Lang and Walter. And then to Trenbeth into the corner. Nipstead thought about it, then decided otherwise. Big possession for the Vikings here. If they can get a bucket, it'd be a momentum killer. And this is a big 3-pointer from number 3. Might be 50, but probably not. That's the number of 3-pointers Nipstead has hit, over 50, minimum of 50, and that was a big one there for Sierra Nipstead. She has 20 tonight, and the Vikings lead by 8. It's 48-40. Kindred going into the final quarter.
Stay up to date all year long with your live event from our social platforms with X, Facebook, and YouTube. From the latest coaches show to watch game broadcasts back on demand from earlier in the season. Search your live event on YouTube and hit subscribe.
Outside the 3-point arc. Pick and pop here with Spaeth into the left side corner. 3, good.
For the complete and most up-to-date schedule throughout the year, head to our website at yourliveevent.com.
For trusted news, weather, and sports from your community, look to R&J Broadcasting Incorporated, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Hear local voices from local radio with news and information from the area. Your information stations, KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ Radio, and rjbroadcasting.com. Local voices from local radio.
Welcome back into Kindred, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, I just looked up into the rafters, Nicholas, and we're talking about some good athletes, and you've got Abby Dukesher's name hanging up in the rafters there. Just watched her on ESPN this weekend as Alabama lost in a thriller walk-off game. I think it was on ESPN, but Abby,
I tried to watch when she wasn't in the starting lineup.
she was playing first base on, what day was it I was watching? I can't remember. I think were they playing Oklahoma State,
She wasn't in that starting lineup.
Well, the game that I watched, she was definitely in the starting lineup.
Maybe you watched the end of it. I just
playing
watched the
first.
beginning of it.
Oh, sure, yeah. Maybe you were. I mean, they played more than one game this weekend, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. It was one of those tournaments early on in the year.
Yeah, so definitely fun to watch her play, and I know I was watching her play. So Sierra Nipstead hits again.
She says, watch me play.
It's her 5th 3-pointer of the night, and she has 23 now, 51-40, Vikings lead. Well, it's that 3-headed monster for the Vikings. You try to guard one, and the other one's going to pop up. You guard 2 of them, and again, one of them is going to pop up, and any 3 of them can do it.
Answer.
Speaking of a 3, Piper Nelson, the 7th grader, a much-needed 3 from her and the Huskies as they get it back down to 8. Trenbeth gives over to Taylor Sanders. Sanders to Trenbeth. Trenbeth draws the attention of 3 girls, and then Leah Rowland going to take her crack at a 3. Leah Rowland for 3. Her first bucket of the night comes at a great time for the senior. Huskies have it, trailing by 11. We're going to throw out fun names. Think about, like, I wonder if Leah Rowland and her siblings ever just duke it out about their competitiveness. You got Sawyer Rowland, who's an MVP state champion in baseball, plays baseball in Oklahoma. You got Sierra Martinez, who was a 59-58 second 400 girl, won the 4x4 3 years in a row with time of 4:02.5.
Yes.
And then you got Connor Rowland. He's pitching up at UND. This is a fun little family tree.
Very, very good athletes in that family. Very hard workers as well.
And every one of them is incredibly competitive. So
Oh, yeah.
you start getting those,
I wonder about those card games around the kitchen table, how those turn out.
I wonder if they ever play spoons.
Oh, that would be a bad idea.
Probably banned from the from the household of Leah Rowland.
Breaking furniture, breaking hands.
And the biggest of all of them, 6 foot 8 inch Sawyer Rowland probably is the one that would be the most scared of Leah.
yeah. I think everyone's scared of Leah.
Well, she's got an intensity about her, no doubt about it. State champion softball player, going to go play at Bismarck State. Leah Rowland is. This foul was called against Olivia Hansen. And the first basket is good for Nipstead. She's up to 24. She has gotten hot tonight. 5 3-pointers from Sierra, and she makes both of hers. She shoots 77% from the free throw line. She only improved that percentage with those makes, and just like that, the Vikings lead by 13. At one point, the Huskies led by 10. After the first quarter, they led 17-8. And now the Vikings have really
since that 10-point lead, the Vikings have kind of just gone on a big run here. And Wahpeton's answered a few times, but every time they answer, Kindred has another answer, and just like that.
Nice pass from Trenbeth up to Nipstead, and she continues to be hot. Nipstead does. The Vikings are clicking on all cylinders right now, ticking like a reliable grandfather clock, just like Scout Woods as well. Scout Woods has 19. That's her average. Scout Woods' average is 19 a game and 7 rebounds a game. Here's Bacco for 3.
Another one.
Bacco for 3. She has 3 threes. And she has 15 points from the senior. Here's the Huskies looking to respond, trailing 16. Vikings lead has really ballooned up here in the second half. And a turnover.
Yeah, I mean, you look at those big three that we talked about, in Liza, Kennedy, and Sierra. They have the team's 54 out of the 61 points for the Vikings right now.
That's impressive. Into the game for the Huskies, Gracie Falk and Jalea Lopez-Lee. In for the Vikings, Lila Kittleson. Yeah, and we could talk about the big three. But we've also mentioned many times where you got, was that Zoe?
She was out of bounds. Yep, that was Zoe that almost saved that out of bounds.
But, you've got then Zoe, and you've got Leah, and you've got Taylor, and you've got Lila that are coming off the bench and chipping away and grinding out a lot of great things as well. Going to be a timeout on the floor. Thanks to Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency. We'll see you back in 30.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
Hey fans, welcome back in. The Bank North scoreboard reads Vikings 61, Huskies 45. Bank North has been a trusted financial partner for generations, helping customers and communities build, grow, and prosper. To see what values-based banking can do for you, visit banknorth.bank today.
Claire Woods coast to coast.
Claire Woods has 6. 6 for the freshman. Huskies a young team. I mean, they're obviously going to lose a phenomenal player in Scout Woods. Another starter in Olivia Hansen and Hallie Miller. But Piper Nelson, Claire Woods, and a host of other youngsters like Sienna Fobb.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting team. They already are an exciting team, but for many years to come.
Ball's on the floor. It's picked up by Hallie Miller. Miller takes and makes.
And one.
The and one, because the foul is going to go against Leah Rowland. I believe that's her 3rd foul.
Can get this game to 11 point.
Yeah, Leah Rowland and Kennedy Bacco each with 3 fouls. Hallie Miller averages 10 points a game. She makes that, and she's at her average. She has 10 now. Nipstead throws at the corner to Rowland. Ooh, she had Trenbeth under the basket, but overthrew her. And Bacco going to come in now. So is Taylor Sanders. Sanders, a freshman. Bacco, a senior. Vikings by 11. 3:29 left. Here comes Scout Woods, but just a little too late. She's not going to be able to check in. Gracie Falk with the ball. She gives to Hallie Miller. Miller kicks out for a 3-point attempt. Quick shot at it. Butte by Olivia Hansen.
If you're Kindred here, you better watch out.
Her second 3, and she has 8. It's an 8-point game. Inside the Vikings go, and that's Bacco. Good answer.
They got inside leverage there on Claire Woods. Taylor Sanders got her the ball, and then nice easy layup.
17 for Bacco. Here's another 3-point attempt by Hansen. A little strong rebound. Sanders, she gives to Bacco. Bacco quick up. Trenbeth. Trenbeth takes a shot, no good. Rebound goes to Jalea Lopez-Lee. And now here's Miller with it. Miller works around Trenbeth, but nice steal there by Kittleson, who quickly hands off to Trenbeth. 10-point game, 2:30 left.
I think you're Kindred here. You take a nice long time off the clock here, set up your best offensive play, and get a bucket here late in the shot clock.
You're exactly right, Nick. Time is your friend here. 18 on the shot clock. They still have lots of ticks they can account for here. Trenbeth
here it
is.
is.
Bacco. Bacco for a wide open 3. Great patience, as you alluded to there, Nick. Bacco's not going to pass that shot up for time. She's going to hit that almost every time, and a great 3-pointer there by Bacco. Vikings lead 66-53. We'll step away for this 1-minute timeout thanks to Kindred State Bank and Insurance Agency.
What's going on today? I've got a planter in the shop, and I had the guys from Agassi Precision Ag come over and do an inspection.
You upgrading systems or working on maintenance?
Both, actually. We walked some fields last summer and found areas where we can improve. So we are installing Delta Force and some new opening discs.
I bet we're in the same boat. I should give them a call.
Yep, they'll come out and look over the planter with you and put a plan together. They are the guys I go to for answers.
Agassi Precision Ag, your local precision planting dealer. Call 701-636-2119 or planterdoc.com.
Homegrown local radio is now worldwide with 24-hour streaming. Download the RJ Radio app to hear local voices from local radio with KRJB, KRJM, and KKCQ 24 hours a day from anywhere. You can listen to your favorite programs like the RJ Family Morning Show, local news, farm markets, music, high school sports, church services, more from anywhere. KRJB, KRJM, and 96.7 KKCQ is streaming on the RJ Radio app. Download it to your device and take us with you wherever you go.
Welcome back in, fans. 27 points for Sierra Nipstead and 20 for Kennedy Bacco, 19 for Scout Woods of Wahpeton, and 10 for Hallie Miller. Vikings lead by 13, and they just stole the ball with 1:45 left. Well, we talked about it quite a bit. Region 1 tournament's going to be a doozy. Here's Hallie Miller with the steal and the bucket. She's going to move up to 12 points. It kicks off Monday, Tuesday, and finishes on Thursday in Fargo. Both teams here know their opponents. Vikings will face Lisbon on Monday at 6 o'clock. And we think Wahpeton will play at 4 o'clock. Great pass and good look. It's Liza Trenbeth to make it there. We know that Wahpeton will play Oak Grove. We think it's 4 o'clock. And Wahpeton will be the 5 seed. Oak Grove will be the 4. Speaking of 4, it's number 4, Olivia Hansen, who misses that 3. Vikings lead by 13 with 52 to go in the game. Once again, Valley City 1, Kindred 2, Central Cass 3, Wahpeton 4, Oak Grove 5, Northern Cass 6, and Lisbon 7. I did make a mistake. Wahpeton is 5, Oak Grove is 4. Going into today, that's how the standings were, but once again, Wahpeton's going to drop to the 5th seed, and Oak Grove's going to move up to the 4. Liza Trenbeth, the ace for 3. 17 for her, 20 for Baco, and 27 for Nipstead. 64 points for the big 3 there, as Scout Woods just hits another one. She has 21, and that should be all she wrote here tonight in Kindred. Vikings are victorious at home, 71 to 57. They trailed 17-8 after the first quarter, and then they got things figured out and picked up an impressive win here in Kindred. The Vikings will improve to 17-4. The Huskies will drop to 9-12. Once again, Kindred will be locked in at the 2 seed, and they will play at 6 o'clock on Monday in Fargo. Wahpeton will drop to the 5 seed, and they will play Oak Grove in the opening round of the Region 1 tournament. It'll be a fun one in Fargo. We're going to step away, and when we come back, we'll hope to have an interview. At the minimum, we'll do a quick post-game show to talk about individual point totals, and then we will get things squared away for the second half of our doubleheader. Stick with us. We'll be back in a minute. We have an interview coming.
Sharing our heritage, sharing our future. Choosing the right bank for your financial needs can be challenging with the many choices available. Dakota Heritage Bank is pleased you're interested in knowing more about what they can do for you. The Dakota Heritage Bank community bank setting is a strong advantage they have over larger, less personal banks. Customers are more than account numbers. They are friends and neighbors. Working together, Dakota Heritage Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey fans, welcome into Kindred. We are joined by senior Kennedy Baco. First of all, congratulations on the win, Kennedy. The last time on your home court.
Yep.
How fun was it to pick up a win here?
Definitely, very fun.
You guys were trailing 17-8 after the first quarter. You trailed by as many as 10. What turned it around for you?
Just our energy. Our shots finally started to fall, and I think our defense really picked it up, which is a big motivator for us. So once that all started happening, everything kind of went our way.
You played again your final game here on your home court. Take us through some of your favorite memories being a part of the Kindred Vikings girls basketball program. You've no doubt been a huge part of the success the girls have had over the past couple of years.
Just being able to have all the memories with my teammates, and like every game is fun and every game has memories, and all the smiles and laughs has definitely been something that I'll remember.
Region 1 tournament's coming up. You guys play on Monday at 6 o'clock. How excited are you for the Region 1 tournament?
Very excited. I think we're ready. We've been preparing for it all season. And I think, we're kind of just ready for it to be here, and hopefully good things will happen.
Best of luck, Kennedy. Thanks for your time, and once again, good luck.
Thank you.
At Enbridge, we're focused on relationships. 23 Canadian First Nation and Métis communities now own an equity stake in Enbridge Athabasca pipelines. In Minnesota, Enbridge has spent $450 million and counting, with Native-owned companies and in wages to tribal members working on Line 3. Every day brings new collaborations, partnerships, and possibilities. Learn more at Enbridge.com.
Let the geeks at GK Technology help you with your agricultural data. Their agronomists know agriculture. When it comes to creating soils and zone maps to maximize yields in your fields, you can trust the people with decades of experience in site-specific agriculture. Everyone at GK Technology has a background in agriculture, so they know what makes a farm run, and they speak your language. The geeks at GK Technology have a map and an app for that.
Hey fans, welcome back into Kindred. We'll try to do a quick turnaround because once again we have the boys that are already on the court getting ready for their affair. Let's take a look quick at the Wahpeton Husky girls. They scored 57, lost the game 71-57. Their leading scorer, no surprise to the Husky fans, Scout Woods. She averages 19 a game. She had 21 tonight. Hallie Miller averages 10 a game. She had 12 tonight. Once again, Scout Woods with 21 and Hallie Miller with 12. 8 points each for Piper Nelson and Olivia Hansen. 6 points for Claire Woods and 2 points for Sienna Fobb. On the Vikings side of things, the Vikings lead scorer was Sierra Nipstead. She had 27. Kennedy Bacco had 20, and Liza Trenbeth had 17. The big three had a big night, no doubt about it, for the Vikings. 4 points for Zoe Sharp and 3 points for Leah Rowland. The Vikings are victorious 71-57. The Vikings improved to 17-4. Next up for the Vikings, Region 1 beginner opening game, 6 o'clock on Monday against Lisbon. For the Wahpeton Huskies, once again, they fall to 9-12. They will play Oak Grove on Monday. Oak Grove will be the 4 seed and Wahpeton will be the 5 seed. I would guess by the time we're done with this boys game, Nick, the official bracket will be out.
Yep.
How excited are you for the Region 1 tournament, Nicholas?
This is a fun time of the year, Josh. Usually the weather's warming up. People are starting to get really excited for springtime. And then it's best basketball being played in March, and March is always a fun time in basketball season.
Well, when it feels like negative 20 below zero, which it truly does, Nick, and it might have gotten colder since we went on air, I think that's the only way you can go is warming up.
Right.
But more importantly, it should be a great Region 1 basketball tournament. Keep in mind, the winner punches their automatic bid into the state tournament. The 2 plays the crossover game with Region 1, and so does the 3 with Region 2, And quick look at Region 2. Devils Lake is the number 1 team in Region 2. Carrington is number 2. Thompson is number 3. Grafton is number 4. Four Winds 5, and Hillsborough Central Valley is number 6. So Devils Lake, Carrington, Thompson, Grafton, Four Winds, Hillsborough Central Valley in that order. The 2s and 3s, that should be a great matchup.
It's gonna be amazing, just like it was last year.
No team wants to be in the 2-3.
No,
they want to
get that automatic right away.
We have 2 quick awards we need to go through, Nick. Let's take a 30-second break, Nick, and get set up for our Player of the Game, sponsored by Enbridge, and then our Agassiz Precision Ag Play of the Game. Give us 30 seconds. We'll come back. We'll do that, and we'll put a final wrap on the girls' game. See you in 30.
Green Earth Landscaping offers a full range of services, including commercial and residential landscape design and installation, maintenance and sprinkler services. From outdoor kitchens to patios, retaining walls, lighting, fine grade, sod and hydroseed, and anything in between, Green Earth Landscaping has you covered, servicing the Fargo-Moorhead area and beyond. For more information, go online to greenearthnd.com. That's greenearthnd.com.
Hey fans, we're about 15 minutes away from starting lineups for the next game. We will move away from this link and go to the next one, but let's first do our Agassiz Precision Ag Play of the Game. Once again, your local precision planting dealer is Agassiz Precision Ag in Hillsborough, but with services all across the Red River Valley. They specialize in everything from basic planter maintenance to customized planter builds that meet your individualized needs. Call 701-436-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. Nick, tell us the Agassiz Precision Ag Play of the Game.
Agassiz Precision Play of the Game is going to go to Miss Kennedy Bacco. You just heard her talk. I think Wahpeton got it to an 8-point game with about 2 minutes, 30 seconds left, kind of on a little run. And we talked about it on air. Kennedy just needed to relax, calm down, set up a play, and they did. Kennedy got wide open on the left arc from 3-point land, shot it and nailed it and kind of put the nail in the coffin of the game tonight, Josh.
Yes, absolutely. Agassi Precision Ag goes to the senior. Kennedy Bacco had a great night here tonight. Congratulations to Kennedy Bacco. For the Enbridge Player of the Game, Life Takes Energy. Enbridge, energy for life. Visit enbridge.com for career opportunities. We're going to go with Sierra Nipstead. The freshman popped in 27 points here tonight. She had 6 from behind the three-point line. We think she's over 50. Well, I know she's at least 50, if not more, three-pointers made on the year.
I think she's hit another even tonight, Josh.
Yeah, 5. She had 5 three-pointers tonight, my bad. 27 points, Sierra Nipstead. What'd you say, Nick? She had 5 tonight? She's over 50. Yeah, she's over 50. Yeah, she's over 50. So congratulations to Sierra Nipstead. She continues to have a great season. She's just a freshman, folks. Enbridge takes energy, and Sierra Nipstead has lots of it, as well as putting the ability to use that energy to put points in the bucket. Nick, we better step away here. We'll be back. Don't you all fret. We'll be back on another link as we get ready for the boys. Want to thank everybody for tuning in. We wish the Kindred girls the absolute best of luck as they go into the Region 1 tournament as the 2 seed and bring a 17-4 record into that tournament, ranked number 4 in the state. And we want to wish the Wahpeton Huskies good luck as well. They go into the tournament as the 5 seed with a 9-12 record. Congratulations to Kennedy Bacco for being the Agassi Precision Ag Play of the Game playmaker. And congratulations to Sierra Nipstead for being the Enbridge Player of the Game. Congratulations to Coach Sam Brandt on another victory from her and her squad. Nick, it's been a fun year.
Certainly has.
The girls.
Bummed out we're done calling girls basketball games this year, Josh.
Just like that. Hard to believe that the girls' regular season has come to an end. Want to thank everybody for tuning in. We're going to step away and find our link. We'll be back at it with the boys in about 3 minutes. Thanks for tuning in.